Kylie, we're following a developing story out of California. The mayor of San Francisco suddenly died overnight. Edwin Lee, pronounced dead at the San Francisco General Hospital. A statement from the mayor's office just out says family, friends, and some colleagues were at Lee's side. Reports say the mayor collapsed while shopping at a grocery store near his home and was then rushed to the hospital. Lee had been the mayor there since 2011, was known for his work fighting homelessness. He was just 65 years old. The New York City subway bombing suspect has been charged on terror and weapons counts. Additional federal charges are expected at a later date. Early this morning, the pedestrian tunnel where it happened reopened, clear of any sign of the would-be suicide bomber's attack. Surveillance video shows the moment yesterday when a crude homemade device partially exploded in that walkway that connects Times Square and the Port Authority. Police scrambled to take down the 27-year-old suspect, Akayed Ullah.
If he was able, he would have detonated the rest of that device and caused casualties.
Officials say the suspect suffered burns to his hands and abdomen. 5 others suffered minor injuries. Ullah came to the U.S. from Bangladesh with family in 2011 and eventually became a legal permanent resident. Sources tell CBS News Ullah spoke to investigators from his hospital bed, telling them he was inspired by ISIS.
Sentencing is scheduled for today for a former Minneapolis police officer found guilty of assaulting a man while on duty. A jury convicted Christopher Ryder back in October for a 2016 incident where Ryder kicked a domestic assault suspect in the face. The assault was caught on camera in May of 2016 when officers were called to an apartment building on reports of domestic assault. When they arrived, the female victim told officers the man who assaulted her was Mohammed Osman. Officers confronted him in a car outside the building and ordered him to get on the ground. While Osman was on the ground, Ryder kicked him in the face, knocking him out and leaving him with severe injuries to his nose and his brain. During the trial, Ryder's attorney told jurors that Ryder thought Osman had a knife, so the kick was a reasonable use of force. It took the jury's 90 minutes to find him guilty of third-degree assault. Typically, cameras are not allowed in Minnesota courtrooms, but we were granted special permission by a judge, so our cameras will be there for the sentencing, which is set for 1:30 this afternoon.
Polls are now open as voters in Alabama go to elect a new senator. Democrat Doug Jones and Republican Roy Moore each trying to fill the seat left open by the appointment of Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Several women have said that Moore pursued relationships with them when they were in their teens and he was in his 30s. Moore has denied those allegations. Recent polls have showed wildly swinging results. Fox News poll had Jones with a 10-point lead. An Emerson poll showed Moore with a 9-point lead. Esme joins us again. And Esme, this is, no one really knows here, right?
Absolutely not. We don't know. This is a big deal. This is being seen as a referendum, actually a national referendum on Donald Trump. I was shocked, actually, to look at the Birmingham news media. They're expecting a turnout of 25%.
That's it.
In this election that is being watched across the country.
Which is pretty incredible when you're looking at that.
It is. And I think it just shows us how great we are in Minnesota with our high voter turnouts. But this is an extraordinary moment. Doug Jones arguably would have no chance. It looks like he could win this.
It's been, what, 30-some years since Alabama sent a Democrat to the Senate?
This is an enormous deal. And with Donald Trump, the president, going all in on this, he is all in and tweeting again this morning, this, I think, is going to be seen as a referendum on Donald Trump if, in fact, Roy Moore loses.
And yesterday, several women who accused President Trump of sexual misconduct before he became president, they called on Congress to investigate him. The president tweeted about it this morning. He says, despite thousands of hours wasted and many millions of dollars spent, the Democrats have been unable to show any collusion with Russia. So now they are moving on to the false accusations and fabricated stories of women who I don't know and or have never met. Fake news. And the number of women who have accusations against President Trump, what is it, over a dozen?
It's over a dozen. First of all, the Mueller investigation, the Russian probe, is not fake news. Robert Mueller is a Republican. He was appointed the FBI director by President George W. Bush. He was given a 2-year extension by President Obama. He is the longest-serving FBI director since J. Edgar Hoover. This is a real investigation. It is not going away. It is not fake news. As for these allegations of sexual harassment, even sexual assault by the president, these aren't going away. And in some ways, Senator Al Franken, who resigned for much lesser allegations or announced his resignation last week, is perhaps, responsible for this. This is not going away. We're going to hear a lot more about this.
Yeah, no doubt this is going to be a huge
Absolutely.
campaign issue as Senate campaigns and everything gets
Yes,
going next
definitely.
year. Esme, thank you.